If you want to see more of these kind of events, scroll down the YouTube channel, Bannerman, and you will find more videos like these. If you would like to be notified of future videos like these, hit the subscribe button now, because what you see on this channel, you won't see on any mainstream media network.
I've heard what you have to say, and if that's the case, then advise them, and we'll go from there, okay?
You want me to advise? You want me to do your job?
That's not my, like I
How
said,
about I remove you off this premises?
Officer, you shouldn't be instructing them. You should be leaving them to do the job. It's on record now, you've done it. The security are here to do a job, the police are pushing the security, and the security are not doing the job they're paid to do. How bizarre.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Listen, if I'm standing in one place, he's pushing me. Huh?
He's pushing me. I'm defending myself, and I will defend myself. You understand?
You mean you're pushing?
You understand? We will defend.
We're not. Get your hands off me.
22nd of March 2024. It's approximately 9:54 AM and I have just received an emergency call for assistance. I also received this video clip.
Guys, stand away. Move away. Move. You stand away. Move. You're here on North Hill legally now. Or you like that with your left. Move. Get off. Get off. Get off. Move now. Move. Move. Everyone all of you. Get off the drive now. Move. Now.
I'm currently heading south and I will bring you up to speed when I arrive. I have heard that all these men turned up unannounced and frightened the living daylights out of the female occupant. This triggered an emergency call for assistance. Local men and women instantly responded to this call, which was described as an attack on a property by a large group of men. There were no police on scene at the time. What you are about to witness is a police operation that goes drastically wrong for the Derbyshire Police Force. How do I know that this was a police operation, you might ask? Well, quite simply. I was informed by one of the security dog handlers waiting around the corner, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, all right. Hey, just did you actually? Is this the gentleman who? Oh no.
Did you have the dog round the neck with the loop?
No.
Was it?
No.
No, it wasn't.
Do you know who it was? We just want to ask him a few questions.
Yeah.
Do you know who the dog handler was?
No, I don't know.
How come you're around here anyway on your own?
No, it's the back street.
Yeah.
Atlas 8, number
Yeah,
8.
yeah.
Police doing operation.
Are you part of that operation?
No. I am not operator. My job start when police operation finish. Then my job will be start.
Oh, okay.
I am waiting here. When my control room asking, my boss asking, I have take the position.
So you're on standby.
Yeah. I'm ready.
All right.
Anytime finish, anytime I can collect a call, anytime I'm going to my position.
Okay then. Thank you very much. Have you got a dog?
Yeah.
He's not barking.
When I eventually turned up on scene some 40 minutes after the emergency phone call, although I expected to see approximately 15 or so men on or inside the property, I never expected to find approximately 12 police officers, 10 PCSOs, 2 county court bailiffs, and approximately 4 dog handlers on scene. By the time I'd arrived, some of these men were sat in their cars.
There's a big police presence here today. Could you tell me what's happening?
Sorry, we don't know.
Are you security?
No.
Are you not to do with this house round the corner?
No, we don't know about that.
You don't know anything about it? Okay. All right. So they say they're not with security. They don't know anything about it.
As you can see, all these men here, they're all dressed in black. They've got no identifications. They've come with a bailiff company to obtain properties through deception. They've not got the correct paperwork. We are ringing the courts. We've been trying to get through to the courts and to see what's happening. But I know what is happening is fraud. And what these people are doing is they're going to now gain access into this property, board it all up, and these immigrants, or whoever these people are, I do believe that will be staying in that house. Matt's been kicked out the house and they'll be sleeping in his bed.
You will see over the course of this video that this turned out to be a civil matter that Derbyshire police appear to be organising.
You're trying to bamboozle me.
Bamboozle? What's that mean? I've never heard that word before.
You're trying to confuse me. You're going to have to try it with someone else at work with.
I'm trying to confuse you.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to confuse me.
No, I'm not. You're saying things that aren't true to try and confuse
because
me.
this is a civil matter, so are you trying to confuse me and think it's a criminal matter? Why are you all here? This is not criminal, this is civil. Are you bamboozled? Thank you. Hello, sir, you all right? Yeah, one of your colleagues here, just a bit arrogant.
Me?
I just want to... No, not you. No, what? Oh, right. Could you tell me why you're here today, then?
I've been told by a man in blue that I'm 15 years old and not educated enough to tell you anything, so I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say.
Derbyshire police need investigating by professional standards, but in the meantime, it's left to the people to scrutinise these police officers and, if need be, hold them to account. One of the best ways to deal with a group of bullies is to identify their weakest link. When you find that weak link, use it to your advantage and watch the rest crumble. While we're waiting for something to happen, do you mind if I just take your number for reference?
Help yourself.
What does it say, sorry? I haven't got my glasses. Sorry, what's it say?
You can read it, sir.
I haven't got my glasses.
Ask one of your colleagues.
What? Just tell me your number for... I nearly swore then.
Just to let you know, the police have instructed the locksmith now to take the rest of the stuff round the back because they're continuing, and they've had instructions from that Luke Scribbins, I think it is, the sergeant. Is he your sergeant?
Oh, Luke.
Yeah. So he has now authorised these to go round the back. So now he's complicit with this fraudulent eviction.
Okay, I'll follow him round and see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
Follow him round, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get this locked.
Connor.
Hello, yeah, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, mate?
Can you just read this coloured number for me? I haven't got my glasses. What's it say?
14408. A Hill.
She won't even tell me it. Anyway, what's yours, sir?
It's 15199.
Thank you. And what's your number?
14979 Gallimore.
And your number, please.
3196 Thomas.
Thank you. And your name, number?
Steve Broadhurst, 14259.
Thank you. And yourself?
4278 Holly Latham.
Thank you.
PC 15639 Kawuma.
15756 Baker.
And finally, your name and number.
I can't hear.
Your name and number!
14360 Miller, Ascot Drive Police Station.
What happened to Ghost, the dog you see in this picture, was deemed animal cruelty by those who witnessed what I am about to say. A dog handler entered the property with the intention of capturing the dog. In this process, I was informed that when the dog was brought out of the property, the dog's mouth was bleeding and the dog handler's hands were full of blood. The dog handler very quickly left the scene in a van. This van has now been identified as being untaxed. Shortly after this, Ghost was taken to a neighbour's home, and a few hours later, Ghost collapsed and was taken to the vets in an emergency. I was later informed by the dog's owner that Ghost suffered broken teeth and needs an operation to remove them. The blood you see in the corner of the dog's eye appears to be a burst blood vessel. I was also informed by the dog's owner this was not there prior to the dog handler capturing the dog. Something else that was pointed out to me was that Derbyshire police often break the law and ignore the law even when it is pointed out to them. I think it's now time to apply some pressure.
This is wrong and you know it's wrong. Even in your heart, you know that this is wrong. Yeah? This is obtaining properties through deception. We have got proof that we are fighting.
I don't see how this would be deception. We're all here in very bright yellow uniform.
But we was peaceful before you came. They broke into this house.
I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm going to be doing my job, and I'm going to stay doing my job until it's done. So I don't know what.
The dog handler even cut the dog's mouth. Yeah.
That sounds really unfortunate. I obviously didn't see it, so I'm not sure.
Well, I did see it, mate, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it doesn't sound nice.
And this needs to stop.
Oh my God! You're pissing the blood, you little bastards!
Fucking state of that, mate. Seriously, what the fuck?
How did you catch him?
He's a fucking dog. What are you fucking doing to it?
You're pathetic! Absolutely fucking disgusting! Every single one of you!
You fucking army actually scumbag cunt. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
All of you need to stand down and take a good look at what's going off here.
To be honest with you, I don't think my bosses would be very happy if I just stood down.
Why? You've got your own mind, haven't you? You've got your own
I
thoughts.
do, and I've chosen to do this job.
So why to uphold the law and serve and protect the public, won't you?
Not the law in your opinion, the law that stands.
Yeah, but are you here to uphold the law, serve and protect the public?
I am indeed, yeah.
Right. So why are you assisting bailiffs?
Because despite what your opinion is, this is the law.
Well, we've just showed you case law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've showed your officer case law.
Legislation.
Britain is a common law of the land jurisdiction.
Like I said,
you know, your officers just in there, right? I was in Matt's house, yeah, and your officer said, I'm going to ask you to leave, and if you don't leave, I'm going to arrest you.
Yep.
Now, that's a threat.
It's not a threat.
Yes, it is. Why would they arrest me? Because they have to have grounds.
Arrest power.
No.
To arrest you.
Who's got power? They haven't got power.
Yeah, they do.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That's only through consent, and I do not consent to any of your governance.
I don't know where this is coming from.
We're not police by consent.
Nobody ever consents to being arrested, unfortunately. That's how arrest works.
Yeah, but there has to be a crime. There has to be a crime.
So there has to be a crime, don't they, for you to be arrested?
And their licenses should be in order for you to obstruct.
An offence is not a crime. There needs to be an injured victim or an injured party for a crime.
Okay,
Somebody has to have loss.
What about crown offences then?
Crown offences?
Yeah, offences against the crown.
That's a corporation.
Come on then.
Such as
the crown is a
possession of an offensive
corporation.
weapon in a public place.
Well, where's the weapon?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
you're making an assumption.
There are no crown offences.
No, you're making an assumption.
No, you said there has to be an injured party, and I said, what about crown
Of course
offences?
it does. We've not broken the law. They just threatened to arrest me in the house. I was in the house, and he threatened to arrest me if I didn't leave. Well, this is his house.
Look, if he's acted unlawfully, you can lodge a complaint.
Is this not a civil matter, Billy? This is a civil matter, isn't it? What are the police doing getting involved? Why are they threatening to arrest you?
Because essentially it's private bailiffs. That's what they are.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in there. We've been speaking to the bailiffs. The bailiffs have been reasonable. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't to Jody when they broke into this house this morning. Matt had phoned me and said he needed some help. He's got 40 men at the door that won't identify themselves. And then next thing you know, I'm here and we're trying to get them to stand down, show their identifications. Nobody's showing any identifications. It looks like a lot of them cannot speak English.
None of them do.
I just want to point out to you, Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, subsection 1C, those are actually facing the wrong way, them badges. If you have a look now, can you see that badge? It's facing the wrong way. That's a breach of the law. Now, that gentleman behind you, can you see? Just look to your right, his badge is the wrong way around. That's a breach of the legislation, and it's punishable under Section 9 of the Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 1C, right? It needs to be on display, and subsection 4 needs to be where they prosecute. So I'm pointing something out now, a lawbreaker behind you.
Okay.
What are you going to do about it?
Absolutely.
Excuse me. Turn your badge around, please. This is your first and final warning. Anybody who's got the badges facing the wrong way around, you're actually engaged with the public now. It's the wrong way around. You've been informed.
I got a call about 9:10 to come around and help, and when I got here, there was quite a lot of dog handling units. I walked around this corner and there was a line of people, no SIA badges, won't show any badges, all linked arms. One of them's actually dressed in a dinner suit. The bailiff's inside, Matt's inside, Billy's inside. I don't know what the standoff inside at the moment is, but we've also got 26 police officers here now to assist the bailiff.
Sergeant, can I ask you, when you get your own time out, when you're not at work, go and look at the videos, look at the evidence that I'm producing. Everything you're doing is unlawful.
Gary, like I've said.
The courts are involved, the barristers are involved, they are being...
Gary Waterman is an ex-police officer of approximately 18 years. He is now actively exposing corruption, and the UK is now waking up to this. Gary's YouTube channel link is in the video description below. If you want to know more about Gary's work, head on over to his channel.
I'm trying to act legally, and if it comes back and bites us that we've not acted illegally, then it's on our head, isn't it? Then it's on our head. Gary, I appreciate your time. I haven't got any further time to talk now because we need to get this sorted. There's lots of resources here that could be doing better things, to be honest, and we need to wrap this up. Like I've said to you, if you're building a case, that's all the better, because we need to make sure that we're doing everything legally. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. All right.
Okay, can I just have your name? This is going to go public, this video. Can I have your name and
I
call number,
think we've got my name plenty of times in previous times, but it's Sergeant Scribbins, 3131.
3131.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sergeant.
No worries. Thank you.
You're a good man. Take care.
Cheers.
Yeah, Gary, I'm going to keep you on the phone, mate, because we need to know what these people are
window, guys, please.
are trying to do. Sorry, what? Hang on a minute. Where are you going, sir? Window. Where are you going? Window. Where are you going?
Sergeant, I've just had a word with Matthew. I asked him to come down and have a chat with you. Yeah. He won't come down because he's going to nick him. I said, well, if you don't, now you're coming ahead and nick you. Okay.
So what's your plan of attack right now then?
Right. Do you want to go into the corridor? Brent, just behind Billy. Obviously, we're assisting here legally now. Darren, I'll speak to you first. Okay, this is all being recorded. We're here.
Can we record it?
No, but I'm recording.
No, I don't trust you because your recordings get fudged.
My recording's on
of experience.
Will you get recorded as well then? So here, as you know, yeah, enforcing the high court.
As you know.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Let him speak. We've always been alright, haven't we?
No. Well, no. But
I've listened to you.
I've accepted.
You've listened to me. We've got to the point where, if we're doing anything illegally, then
every day you turn up, you're breaking the law. Breach of the peace here.
Right.
We've informed you of the CPS ruling. You're not doing your due diligence.
Will you just listen to me? I appreciate everything you're saying, but I need to get this wrapped up. We're here. These guys are here enforcing a High Court writ. A High Court writ that we've got possession of, we've sought advice, and it is legally binding. I know there's disputes over that from your point of view. We wouldn't be here if we're not here legally.
You do.
Let's have a look at the writ. On the writ of possession 66, we've got in the High Court of Justice, King's Bench Division, Royal of Justice District Registry. Interesting point is, Charles III, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of our other realms and territories, King, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith. What does that all mean if you're going to put Charles III and Her Majesty's High Court of Justice, dated 7th of December 2023, on the same document? And if you notice here, the writ was issued by the General Office. Oh, Central Office. Can't really see what it says because it's been crossed out. And amended to Derby. You cannot alter legal documents. That's fraud. And the fact that there's a date on there, 7th of December 2023, and Her Majesty's High Court of Justice, Her Majesty passed away on the 8th of September 2022. Does this not look a bit odd to you? Because it does to me. And the police seem to think this is a legal document. And the court enforcement officer, well, he claims it is too. Can you see a signature on here by a judge? I can't. So what is it with this wording of Charles III and Her Majesty's court seal? It's not making any sense.
There is an offence of obstructing a High Court writ. Obstructing a High Court officer, okay?
What's going on today?
I'm sure you're well aware what's going on.
Just want to hear your side of the story.
We've carried out a writ of possession on the property.
A writ of possession?
High Court writ of possession.
Can I ask you, is it legal?
I don't need to comment on that.
Have you checked the paperwork yourself?
All our checks have been done. I don't need to comment any further.
And is there a name on it?
I don't need to comment.
Is the name of the judge on it?
I just told you. That's going to be my answer to you. I'm not going to comment.
Electronic Communications Act 2000, Section 7. There needs to be a signature to identify the individual. Is there an individual's name on it?
Question. I've just told you the answer.
I'm just asking you a simple question based on legislation. Have you seen a name on that document who issued it?
I've seen a signature on there, yeah.
So let's just briefly have a look at the Electronic Communications Act 2000. Electronic signatures and related certificates, Section 7. In any legal proceedings, an electronic signature incorporated into or logically associated with a particular electronic communication or particular electronic data and the certification by any person of such a signature. It mentions signature. It also mentions any person. Yes, it shall be admissible in evidence, but there needs to be a person or a signature. Right, so that's been established in legislation. For the purpose of this section, an electronic signature is so much of anything in electronic form as is incorporated into or otherwise logically associated with any electronic communication or electronic data, and purports to be used by the individual creating it to sign. Who is the individual who signed this document? There's no signature on this document, so what do you make of that? Because this is looking even more odd.
Is there an individual's name on it? I've just told you the answer.
I'm just asking you a simple question based on legislation.
You've got to ask questions, but
have you seen a name on that document who issued it?
I've seen a signature on there, yeah.
And what's the signature? If that's a public servant, then we have a right to know.
Matthew's got a copy of the writ anyway.
Yeah, but the writ's fraudulent.
Well, he just wants to see what name's on the writ, and I've just told you
Is there a name on the writ?
No, there's no
signature on it.
So there you go.
Signature.
You're potentially acting unlawfully now yourself and illegally.
Matt, you need to do an update with the
I'll do
fraud
this
office
with
as well. All right.
Have you seen any names on the writ? No. This gentleman says he has. Have you even seen the writ?
These are the lads that's going to take your job.
Okay.
Where's the badges? The CIA badges? SIA badges?
SIA, Emma.
And what about these goons you've got stuck on the drive?
Got them all.
He's wearing a three-piece fucking suit, mate.
They haven't got anything. You can't request what they wear.
They
haven't got any questions what they wear.
We now know why.
Matt,
what's happening's been happening. Why these people have been
update the fraud office with all of this, mate. You know what they told you yesterday.
Private Security
Including
Industry Act
these two
2001, Section 9, subsection 1C. They need to have the badges on display, and you're allowing them to work without badges on display. However, there are two that I've seen with badges the wrong way around. Can you just go and have a quick word with them to tell them to turn the badges the right way around? Because subsection 4 is a prosecutable offence.
Which two is that?
Can I just take it to them? Just over here, yeah. Just ask them to turn the badges round,
And they've
please.
refused to do it?
Yeah, these two here. The dog handlers as well.
All right, so they've got them on display but not shown?
No, it's not on display, that.
Right, just spin your badges round, fellas. Make so once. Spin your badges.
Thank you very much for that. Oh, great stuff.
Turn it round. Turn them round.
Turn them round, lads.
There's no personal details on early names, so don't worry about it. Okay.
He's not it, and they've done it.
Do you know, that's the most positive thing I've heard today. Thank you very much for that. And you need to be on display, sir. Put it around your neck. It needs hanging around your neck. Well, thank you very much for that. And shame you didn't listen to me earlier.
Initially, January 20.
You're a dog handler. Where's your badge? Are you refusing?
Yes.
So you're refusing, and you've just been advised to turn yours round, and you've complied. So thank you for that. Why is your colleague not turning his badge round or even showing it?
This one just turning his back on you.
Yeah, it's just
invisible.
You're not supposed to film it. Like if you want to see it.
I'm not supposed to film it. There you go. I can. That's why it's on display to prove that you're SIA.
Listen, everybody's filming. He got camera. Everybody's camera.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I'm an individual.
Okay, if you want to see, I can show you, but you have to film it all. I got my details. It can be got tempered.
Well, like I said, he asked you and you've turned it around. Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you very much for trying to speak, and I know this gentleman here has actually shut you up. That's dictatorship. Anyway, thank you very much. He won't even display his own badge. Information received from Matt is as follows. Appeal lodged in King's Bench and 2 applications in a county court waiting to be heard. 1 application was submitted on 17th of January 2024. So if all these matters are still before the court, then Liberty of Subject 1354 has to come into play. Liberty of Subject 1354. None shall be condemned without due process of law. So the item is that no man of what estate or condition that he shall be put out of land or tenement, nor taken, nor imprisoned, nor disinherited, nor put to death, without being brought in answer by due process of the law. In mortgage cases, there's a due process to take place, and although it's a civil matter, why are the police getting involved? If there's something taking place in the courts that's not been exhausted legally, then houses should not be being repossessed. Guys, you're in the wrong job if you're not going to display your badge, because it needs to be on display. If you've got SIA badges, they need to be on display. 2 of the guys have just turned them round because they've been instructed. It's a prosecutable offence under the Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, subsection 1C, needs to be on display. Subsection 4 is prosecutable. I guess you just don't want to know about it, do you? You just want to break the law yourselves, don't you? Right, I'll leave you with that.
You'll be glad to know that your video got took down.
Did it, Mark?
Yeah, it did. You'll be glad to know, but it'll be going up somewhere else now. Have you ever heard of the Streisand effect?
I haven't, Mark, no.
Yeah, your legal defence has actually intervened on your behalf. You didn't even know, did you? I'll just give you that update for you. But it will go back up again. I don't think you did anything wrong, really, but some people might disagree. Did you get your briefing this morning about myself?
Briefing about you this morning, I didn't know.
Oh, you missed it then, didn't you? I'm really shocked today. I've never seen anything like this before.
It's crazy. I was in the house, me and Matt was actually in the house, and we was on the phone to Gary Waterman, and the police was talking to Gary Waterman, and the officer, after that, turned round and said to us, if you don't leave the house now, we're going to arrest you. So, well, what crime is committed?
That's coercion.
Can you please leave the address to prevent you being arrested for obstruct? Yes, but you're here on the premises. So you are obstructing a high court enforcement officer.
Things like this are on the rise, aren't they?
Well, they are, especially after yesterday when Matt actually phoned and reported a serious crime, and then they all turned up this morning to get him out of his house because he's reported a serious crime about NatWest or...
I did listen to that phone call, the serious fraud office.
Yeah.
And he reported it. I do remember listening, and at the end, they never even asked him for his name.
No.
Matt had to actually
because they weren't going to do anything. And then after a phone call to the serious crime office, at 9 o'clock this morning, we've got 26 police officers and 22 so-called bailiffs or security here.
The dogs are at the friend's house, and the wife,
We are police constables and sheriffs, that's what we are. Just because we don't have a uniform on, we are sworn in as police constables and sheriffs. And when we know that something like this is taken out of vicinity, then we'll come round here and do what we can, because, as I said,
that's your problem.
You're not acting under your attestation here to uphold the law of the land. You're actually aiding theft.
Nothing about it.
I mean, with our council tax, we're paying you to uphold the law.
Who are you? What is your name? Because I'm just asking.
It doesn't.
Polite. I don't know who you are.
I've got
You're
no.
obviously very and I appreciate that. You're quite people on and public to ask the rights, police officer details, and all those things. But I don't know who you are.
But it doesn't matter who I am, though. But
Oh, hello.
My camera's recorded, by the way.
Which camera?
This camera.
Mine is as well. That's unusual for a police officer. Oh, you're a PCSO.
Yes, I am.
Maybe that's why you told me, because police officers don't do that.
Oh. I don't know why they don't. But...
I was like to say, you're very tall, aren't you? 6'7".
Oh, I wish.
How tall are you? 6'3"?
Yeah, about 6'3", yeah.
Can I just ask you, who actually is driving this vehicle? Because it's blocking the road.
I don't know, sir. I can find out for you.
Yeah, please do. And that vehicle as well, that's another one blocking the road, unnecessarily.
Gary, bear me a second. I'll see if I can find out.
Yeah, thank you.
N18 Delta Papa 16.
PCSO
We've got a couple of vehicles blocking Atlas Way. I wonder if any officer's able to give some of his PCSOs the keys to move them, so a couple of cars can get on the drives.
Welcome to the team, mate. Yeah.
Oh, you're a PCSO? I was a whole line of PCSOs.
There is. What? Sorry, I've just...
Yeah.
Okay, just we've got a resident who needs to put his car on the drive. Just wondering if we're able to let him do that.
No, they've already been told about it. The road's closed. They can't.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't.
What's happened?
I'm sorry, I've been told the road is closed. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't apologise. It's not your fault. You're here on a training day, aren't you?
I wish it was training day.
Oh, I'm sure there's some new recruits here. They look like brand new. Look at these new uniforms. Who's brand new here? Any volunteers to speak on camera? You look very clean. Are you brand new? Are you brand new? Are you on training day today? This is a lot of PCSOs. I've never seen so many. Is there any left in Derby? Does anybody like to speak on camera? This is good training for you, how to deal with a cameraman. I think you've had orders not to speak to Bannerman. Is that correct? You've met Bannerman now. Nice to meet you all. Take care. Take care. I think you want to speak, but you're suppressed. Anyway, take care. Wow, interesting. Training day. PCSOs, there's more PCSOs than police officers, I believe.
No, they're not
Was there any sergeants on scene? Any sergeants on scene?
Yeah, there's one in the house, Sergeant Scribbins.
All right, can I just take your number for reference? You're my point of contact.
14259, Steve Broadhurst.
I've been advised you're my point of contact from your head office.
Well, I think
have you had your update?
No.
You should receive it in a couple of minutes. I'll just wait till you got it. Hello, you all right? What's going on?
Oh, they're going to steal Matt's ass.
Who is?
Well, as you see, we've got the police that's supposed to be standing here for us, and we've got these bailiffs that's
Get a nice
got no ID. None of them's got ID or anything.
Get a nice full shot of all of them together.
I'm a bit surprised.
So they've got the Derbyshire Police Enforcers here, arm in arm, with private security. They've got no idea at all. They're not even bailiffs. They've got no right to be here. And they're aiding and abetting them to steal this man's house. Unlawfully. There's no law. What's taking place here is theft. Pure theft. And the people that are being paid. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're paying council tax, stop paying them. Stop paying them, because what you're doing is aiding and abetting criminals. Because the private security, i.e. the private Derbyshire police force, are nothing more than private bailiffs. That's what they are.
It's a civil matter, this, isn't it?
Of course it's a civil matter, yes. But he's pretending he's aiding the King's peace here in standing there arm in arm with private security.
He pulled his SIA badge out.
Have you received your update yet?
No, it doesn't exist. You're trying to bamboozle me.
Bamboozle? What's that mean? I've never heard that word before.
You're trying to confuse me. You're going to have to try it with someone else to work with.
I'm trying to confuse you.
Yeah.
I think you're trying to confuse me.
No, I'm not. You're saying things which aren't true to try and confuse
because
me.
this is a civil matter. So are you trying to confuse me and think it's a criminal matter? Why are you all here? This is not criminal. This is civil. Are you bamboozled? Thank you. Hello, sir. Are you all right? Yeah, one of your colleagues here, just a bit arrogant.
Me?
I just want to... No, not you. No, what... Oh, right. Could you tell me why you're here today, then?
I've been told by a man in blue that I'm 15 years old and not educated enough to tell you anything, so I'm sorry, I don't have anything to say.
Oh, you're 15 years old? I don't think you are.
Apparently.
If you
he
are...
literally told me I am. He said he's 15 years old, he doesn't know any law, so it's probably not best for me to speak about it, but thank you.
Well, let's have a game of Guess My Age, shall we? Guess my age.
I won't play that game.
Yeah? Well, I'm 57, I think.
So what game do you want to play? Do you want to play Let's Take Somebody's Ass game? Is that the game that you lot want to play?
I've never seen that game. I don't know how to
Well,
play
this is wrong, mate. This is wrong, and you know it's wrong.
I'm just disgusted with the police. At the end of the day, these are young police officers, constables. They say they're constable. They haven't got a clue what the law is. They do not realise they are aiding and abetting, and they can be held in their own personal capacities. And they think we're funny.
It's the same faces all the time, the same 4 police officers that arrested me 3 times. I've never broken the law in my life. And these people have arrested me because I asked the banks a question. What the fuck?
You don't believe in any amendments to that?
I think, to be honest, I think you're missing the point.
How am I missing the point?
You'll work it out one day.
Are you under the belief that...
Right, so just as an update, it's a very odd situation, this. How many people are there on this property? Protected by the police. Allegedly a prevention of breach of the peace, yet there's a lawbreaker behind. There's 2 now, I've seen 2. There's one gentleman there recording. Excuse me, who's your data handler? If you're video recording while you're at work, I want to know your data handler's name. GDPR, I'd like a copy of that. Who's your data handler? He's shaking his head, see? These people are criminals, and you're aiding and abetting that. Right, so where's the PCSOs gone? PCSOs have all gone. This is ridiculous, this. These police vehicles could be moved. It's a massive response of police here just for a breach of the peace, yet there's lawbreakers behind them, but they won't do anything about it. And when it's pointed out, not one of them can turn around and say, hey, just turn your badge around. This is the most bizarre situation I've ever come across. I don't know what you think. There's 2 security officers there with badges wrong way around. So it looks like the police have scored an own goal here. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I don't know what.
We don't have a union.
You're not allowed on the property.
Just been on there.
I know, but you've left.
And you left, unfortunately, that's the thing.
Yeah, but it's peaceful. Well, I'm not.
Our oath on the back.
You haven't got a warrant. Bit hard to remember.
So
there's a gentleman behind you who's on the property.
Yeah, he was already on here when we formed the line, so he can stay for now. Unless
What
he
line
wants.
have you formed?
And why did you form a line? Who gave you that instruction?
Well, you know why we're here.
Yeah, but who gave you that instruction?
You know why we're here, so that's all I'm saying.
I would like to know who gave you that instruction for you to stand on this private property and form a line.
Was it Luke? The only bit that's been changed is King from Queen.
Who told you? Come on.
Because you work for a corporation.
Because Luke's
Was it the Freemasons?
You're registered.
Eh? The ones that child traffic, and they've been caught for it.
Luke Scribbins is in charge today.
And let
Is
me
he the
tell
one who
ya-
told you to form the line?
He is the sergeant today.
So he told you to form the line?
Just following orders.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you answer the question? It's just a straightforward question. Did Luke ask you to form a line across the front of this property to stop us getting on?
You may have for the breach of the peace.
No, that's not what I asked you. That's not the
You're
question I
causing a
asked.
breach
You're causing a breach of the peace by being here and doing this. Who asked you to form a line across the front of the property? Simple question. It's just an answer. Was it Luke? So you don't know who told you to form the line?
Can I just ask you, who's Bronze Command today? Do you know the name of Bronze Commander? Because this is obviously a police operation. And it's Silver Suite. Who's the Silver Command? Do you know the names? Could you tell me the name of Bronze and Silver?
She has a job because she's agreed to do whatever she has to.
Excuse me?
Irrespective of
The camera's in front of you.
Okay.
Could you tell me the name of Bronze and Silver Command today? It's nothing personal, it's just to try and find out who's organised this.
Oh, it's the Masonic Masons.
The Derby Lodge.
Yeah.
Well, they say they're here for a breach of the peace, but like someone's already mentioned, I think they're actually trying to cause a breach of the peace, then they can justify their actions for being here. But people are wise to this now. People are wise. I know deep down you know there's something wrong with why you've been told to do this. Don't give me the lip like that. It's a beautiful lip, by the way.
In the corporate line, isn't it?
If you're going to arrest me, please advise me now, because I don't want to break the law. Am I going to be arrested if I step on the
We're not
property?
advised you not to come onto the property, Mark, but I'm
Why?
not advised
Can you just tell me why then? Can you just tell me why?
Speak to Sergeant Scribbins.
Is he inside? Is he
Get a message to him, but I'm not going to...
Can you ask Sergeant Scribbins to authorise me to come onto this property? Go on then.
We're all coming in there.
We're all coming in.
Tell him I'm just going to come onto the drive. Will I be arrested if I do? That's all I want to know.
And under what law are you going to arrest you for?
Well, this is it. Their job is to prevent crime,
Yes.
and I'm trying to help myself and help you, understand?
Second in command. Is he a clone of PC Middleton Reese? He looks like him, doesn't he?
Radio's busy, I can't get hold of him.
Right, okay. Is there any restrictions on entering this property?
I'm not going to comment further on anything because
Would I be breaking the law if I managed to climb over a wall?
We are going.
Or is that a
round
civil matter?
And round in circles, so I'm not going to continue on with this. Okay.
Spin me around, baby.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Is this man under arrest behind you? This one here? Is he under arrest now? Because he's on the property. Is he under arrest now? Yes or no? Does that mean everybody can come on the property? I do believe you're feeding me some bullshit. Anyway. So, oh, you've not been arrested yet?
No.
Oh, do you know what? If you're not going to get arrested, why should they arrest me?
Well, they won't, will they?
You'll press me.
Well, some would differ, wouldn't they? Hey, all right. Can you just tell me then, what's happening today? Anybody can just tell me what's been going on?
Yes, yeah, I can tell you.
Yeah, brilliant. What's been going on?
These guys have come on here fraudulent again with this documentation that we've done. We've looked at the paperwork. We know that the paperwork's fraudulent. We know that everything now is corrupt through the courts. The police are complicit with these courts, and they're complicit with these so-called bailiffs, enforcement officers. They threaten to arrest. They're going to take this property on fraudulent documentation, and we're saying, oh no, because the fraudulent documentation is fraud. And so, how can you procure property under the 2006 Act that it's going to be taken away? It's not the case. We've explained to them. We've given CPS rulings, and we've given case law. They do blatantly ignored it all. So They're telling us now what they're doing is legit. We know it's not. We know that the courts are corrupt. We know that there through Gary Waterman and all his hard work, when it's exposed this corporation, this fraud, and it's come through not only through the courts, the police, the banking systems, the local authorities, the higher authorities and the government. It is corruption and fraud. Until people start waking up and start standing this and challenging all this lot, this is going to kind of happen on a regular basis. And it's not only to us, it's going to happen to everybody. We need to now start now and bringing this right to the fore and bringing it to the general public. We need to get this out.
In the Forgery and Counterfeiting Act 1981, Section 1 clearly states the offence of forgery. A person is guilty of forgery if he makes a false instrument with the intention that he or another shall use it to induce somebody to accept it as genuine, and by reason of so accepting it to do or not to do some act of his own, or any other person's prejudice. Does this documentation appear fraudulent, with a strange stamp on it, with reference to the king, but yet the stamp is for the queen, and no signature, no name even? What's going on here? Why can't it be so black and white? Have the police asked you to move off the property?
Not as yet. They've asked me to move out the house. Unless I didn't move, they would arrest me. And I said, under what grounds? It says, obstructing an enforcement officer. He's not an enforcement on a pure piece of paper that's not legit, and it's supposed to come from a court. We know what comes from the court. We know that under 2011 Helsby's law, there are no administration or county courts lawful, and anything that's taken out of that is extortion. And this is what we're seeing here today. We also know that the Clearfield Doctrine of 2008. All courts now have been corporised. If they've been corporised, then they require consent. We do not consent. Are we governed by consent? Are we policed by consent? This doesn't look like it. We're governed by force, and we are policed by force through policies and policies. Statutes and legislation and acts, we do not have to adhere to them, and this is what they're relying on. The courts are corrupt, the courts are there, the judges are there. When they go out, then we know that they swear an oath to the bar is to the legal fiction of the City of London, which we know is the foreign state. They step out of their jurisdiction and they came in. What do you like, sir?
I'm just trying to get past.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to get past.
Thank you.
So we know that there's the corruption there, and they're doing this on a massive scale. This has all been found now through Gary Waterman and all these links and all it's leading to now. It's not only leading to this corruption and fraud.
It now.
Yeah. Not only are they stopping it for this legal and fraud, but it's also there through people trafficking, paedophilia, child trafficking. This is all colluded into this. There's connections to Epstein's files and Ghislaine Maxwell. Massive connections. It goes right up to the high echelons of government and lower echelons of courts, judiciary system. Everyone's involved. They all know about it, but we've got no bollocks in the high echelons of society to then demand justice. We are not getting justice here. Justice then comes by the people. And the people here have to come up and stand together. We need to unite, we need to stand together and need to fight this fraud and corruption, because otherwise we're all going to lose our homes.
There is a weakness in the police line today, and I think I might have inadvertently exposed it. Because right over your shoulder there's some police officers now stopping people coming in, because I just came in through there.
Yes.
I thought they were going to arrest me because they were trying to persuade me not to come on the property,
yes,
but in an indirect way.
Yes.
So these tactics these police play at,
yes,
they're really just actively supporting the bailiffs here, aren't they?
Yes, they are. It's massively obvious here that they are, and you've got to see it. Because we know now through Corporations House, there's connections of directors who are with the police force and actually own bailiff companies. And then we know the banks have a fiduciary to do that side of it. They own parts of the police and parts of that. They're all corporations, and they've all got shareholders, and they've all got the fingers in the pies. And this is all one big operation, and they know it.
Let's put the blinds down now. I think, is he taking control of the house?
Well, this is it. So how can we be obstructing something on fraudulent documentation? Everything is fraud. Being the police being here under false pretences through a fraudulent document that they feel that it's legit, and we prove that it's not. It's not been signed correctly, it's not been witnessed correctly, and it's not been stamped correctly. And this is what we've proven to them. We've told them all, and they're now complicit because they're refusing to do their due diligence and finding this out.
Well, I'll just have a quick shot of that blind. They've now actually shut the blind. The police officer you just seen pulling that down. What are they trying to hide?
One other thing that we've noticed is that all these guys that have turned up here, none of them are displaying badges. Yeah, we've asked them to display the badges. They refuse to display the badges. Yeah, so how do we know who they are? Yeah, we've asked the police to get them to show the badges, and they're not saying anything. The police have all showed their badges, but this lot who just turned up like a mob, yeah, and not giving out their.
I just want to tell you about my observation, right?
Yep.
Regarding your security badges you're talking about.
Yep.
Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, subsection 1C says they have to have it on display if they engaged in public.
Yes.
You know, but there's two over there. I pointed it out to the police. This.
Yes.
They wouldn't turn around and say, "Look, turn your badges round, mate," because they've both got them the wrong way around. Subsection 4 of the same act is where they prosecute. They use that to prosecute. But the police have turned a blind eye to that, and I pointed it out to them. So when they say they're here to prevent the breach of the peace, they're not upholding all the law, are they?
No.
Selective.
Very much so. So yeah, it would be worth having a look.
Yeah, I'll have a quick look.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they're bringing the force into disrepute by their actions, which is a criminal offence. And by helping and aiding and abetting this private security firm, they're breaking the law, and this should be brought to prosecution themselves. And come the day, they'll be seen.
Just very briefly, I don't want to get too close to yourselves. I just want to talk from here, because if you grab me, you might pull me over and not let me back in again. Why have you come through the property and stand there?
Stand here? Well, there's a gap here, so we've stopped people entering.
There's a gap at Watford, but there's no police there. I do think you're nice people, but bad police officers, because you're following orders today, which may be unlawful. And I don't think you're actually questioning this yourself. And I think you should question.
They don't want to. There's a choice between questioning and wanting to question. They don't want to, because they're following orders. The police are implicit in this corruption. That's why they're there. They have to pretend for the first 5 minutes.
Do you want to be on camera?
No.
No, okay.
They want to pretend for the first 5-10 minutes that they're actually doing it for us, right? They should be sat in their cars and not adjudicating at all. It's a civil matter. There's no violence going on at all. Why are you stood there?
They're actually trespassing.
Why are you? Yeah, you're trespassing.
That's a homeowner who says I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
I did hear the homeowner say that.
I asked him to be fair.
I did.
I'm sure you asked him as well.
I did, and I did see you get confirmation for that, yeah. Yeah, the owner said he could stand there, yeah.
He said we can look over the fence, and also we're going to look over the fence.
Well, the thing is, I do believe if I go over there, they won't let me back in.
Yeah, that's...
And anybody who steps out of this land now, I don't think you're going to get back in.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
That is right, yeah, you're correct. Yeah, so...
I can be helpful as well as a hindrance, you know.
We do have the same rights as you guys.
You're not a hindrance, you're just expressing your beliefs and recording everything. That's...
I'm starting to like you. Keep it up.
Oh, gosh, really?
On the surface. What's deep down inside, I don't know yet.
No,
What's the surface?
a corrupt heart in
Well,
there.
obviously you don't.
We have the same rights as you guys. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
In fact, we have more because
I'm
we're
gonna film
men
from
and women.
behind.
You're just officers of the state, which is a fiction, which makes you a fiction.
Which is your opinion.
No,
It's not opinion,
actually
it's
a fact.
fact.
It's
It's
a fact.
fact.
You don't know anything about law, do you? Obviously you don't, because you wouldn't have stood there like two dumb sausages.
Tell us again.
It's
Tell
not your
us a little bit about how you've acquired your knowledge about.
It's called research.
Describing.
It's called research, looking into your own legislation.
Where have you done your research?
On your actual website, you know the government website.
Legislation.
On theirs, legislation.
Website, police website.
Yeah. Do you guys not? All of them. You shouldn't be adjudicating at all.
To say the government website is a very sort of generic.
Yeah, www is the legislation where you get the legislation. Yeah.
And just recite one for your
You
reference.
guys.
I'll recite one.
So do you know everything about PACE?
No, not everything.
I'll recite one for you just for reference.
I know bits I need to
Here
know,
we go.
bits I know to learn.
Here we go.
Criminal Justice Act, Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015. Are you aware of it? Section 26, subsection 1. If a police officer acts improperly when he shouldn't be doing.
Oh, we're not a police officer.
So what does it really say in the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015 about police officers improperly exercising their powers and privileges? Well, Section 26, corrupt or other improper exercise of police powers and privileges. Section 1 states, a police constable listed in Section 3 commits an offence if he or she exercises the powers and privileges of a constable improperly and knows or ought to know that the exercise is improper. Sort out your attitudes, it's improper. Section 2. A police constable guilty of an offence under this section is liable, on conviction on indictment, to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 14 years, or a fine, or both. Subsection 3, as referred to in subsection 1, the police constables referred to in this section are a constable of a police force in England and Wales. So why do they call themselves police officers? Is that so they can avoid being prosecuted? Well, hang on a minute. Constables are police officers. Police officers are policy enforcers. Let's get that straight. And what you see before you today is an enforcement of policy. Derbyshire Police appear to be in control of this situation. The SIA licensed security operatives appear not to know what it is they are doing. Now, I know, as a licensed SIA operative myself, that you are trained to deal with these situations. So why are the police telling the SIA operatives what to do? This shows a lack of impartiality from Derbyshire Police. If you can't see it, maybe one day you will. But until then, this is what's happening. You as a police officer, acting properly, you can get up to 14 years. So are you acting properly today?
I think I am.
Are you? Do you
That's an
believe you're
opinion.
covered? It's an opinion.
And your opinion is I'm not, so we're never going to agree, are we? I respect your
But
beliefs.
even your legislation says you don't.
So your bosses are actually telling you what to do,
And I'm doing it, yeah.
and you're not questioning it.
No, I'm not at all.
Oh, that's
They're
terrible.
not allowed to think for themselves because they're dumb. So
Why are you not questioning that? Because you're the ones out on the front line.
Again, that's an opinion, though, isn't it? That's not fact.
It is a fact. Spy B.
Are you allowed to question your bosses?
Yeah.
But why don't you?
Because they don't want you to think.
I'm not at the moment. I think this is right.
Trying to lose.
You think it's right?
It's money.
It's money. It's all money oriented.
Well, I don't do it for free.
I've got,
I mean, I
I've
get
got
paid
to have my
to work,
wages.
so-
Never mind these people.
Yeah, but your
losing
conscience
lives
and everything. Your conscience is saying that this is good, this is right.
I'm just going to leave you to reflect on what you've just been saying. But thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for your time. All right, thanks for your
Cheers.
interview. Thanks.
And your opinions.
Police officer, what's he doing?
Are you assisting? Are you assisting, officer?
Hello. Why are you assisting?
Why? So nobody falls over it and breaks their legs.
Wow, you're close to the camera, aren't you? That's bad attitude if I ever saw it.
You shouldn't be on this land anyway. For them to fall over and break their legs.
Some kind of vote for something right now. Support people. You're just sick, aren't you? Sick bastard.
Wow, I'm a bit shocked at that expression.
Yeah.
I'm a bit shocked the way you just walked up to the camera then and expressed yourself. Could I just take your number for reference? Stay back a bit, stay back a bit.
There you go, mate.
What's your number?
Got it. Have you got
What
it?
is it?
There you go.
14072 M Holmes. I think you got a shitty attitude.
Sherlock.
It's got to be under shitty.
Go and get a wank
Hello, guys.
He looks like a wanker.
Can I just ask you, are you security here today? You might as well have a nice conversation with me.
For the badges. Talk to you.
Where's
Sorry?
the badges?
Are you security today?
Me not speaking.
Why are you here?
No.
Can I just ask yourselves, has anybody got any security badges with them today? Are you security?
Who do you work for?
Are you security? Are you security today, sir? Anybody like to just comment? Are you security?
I don't have to answer anything to you, pal.
No, you don't have to answer anything to me, but you can answer to the people. So, are you security today? Can I make wait for what? Are you security, sir? Yeah, okay. Have you not got an SIA badge? Just to advise you, it needs to be on display. Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, Subsection 1C, Subsection 4. You can be prosecuted for not displaying it.
Can you?
Oh, yes. Hello, sir. Are you all right? Have you got any badges, SIA badges? No, I don't think you have you? Can I just ask you guys, why have you got your badges the wrong way around? You do know it's an offence because you're SIA registered, aren't you? It's the wrong way around. Can you just turn your badges round? Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, Subsection 1C. It has to be on display. You know that, don't you? That's why it's on display the wrong way around. Why is it the wrong way around? Subsection 4 is what they use to prosecute for not having it on display. Would you say yours is on display? Okay, I'll leave them to it. Mute. Hello, sir, you all right? Have you got a badge?
2020, they was trying to find.
I guess not.
For this what they call COVID-19. It wasn't. They didn't create. They did those 4 corporations.
And then you're just going to get used to it. No, they are.
That's what our court cases are about. But what the courts, what Pfizer said was, okay, yeah, we're committed fraud, but we only committed the fraud that the Department of Defence asked for, i.e. Dodgy.
Order, ladies and gentlemen. Arrived in England.
Right, disturbing scenes at the moment. Obviously, the police have been in there, coercing the occupants to come out. Coercion is a criminal offence in itself. It looks like they've already attacked the door. To threaten someone the way I think they've been threatened, to actually walk out the property, I do believe coercion just took place.
Send it to me. I mean, I can't come this weekend, obviously.
None of you have got a badge on display. There's my badge, and I'm proving to you that I know the law regarding this. Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, subsection 1C. Conditions imposing obligations as to the production and display of the licence. Now, subsection 4. Any person who contravenes the conditions of any licence granted to him shall be guilty of an offence and liable on summary conviction to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 6 months, or to a fine not exceeding level 5 on the standard scale, or to both. Why did this police officer not ask those SIA officers to turn around the badges or ask them to put them on display? Now, as you will see shortly later, the enforcement officer states that it was for their own protection. Baldy-dash. And the reason why I say that is because a licensing condition, if you're working with the public, is to have it on display. If security do the job properly, what have they got to fear? It is part of their conditions, and the police are turning a blind eye to these obligations that the police are expected from the public. Derbyshire Police, special measures come to mind. I know they need the badges on display because I'm SIA myself. Okay, Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, subsection 1C needs to be on display. Subsection 4 is the prosecutable offence. Okay. You guys should be acting on that now and asking them to show their badges. The fact that I've got you on record now and I'm showing you my SIA shows you know I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know about I know you know what you're talking about.
Okay, you want to play that game? Please go and advise them. I have done. They've refused.
Well, then that's all we can do.
You're an upholder of the law. You're an upholder of the law. They're breaking the law. Now go and advise them to at least put them on display.
That's not for me to do, but thank you.
Don't thank me.
Oh dear.
He's got all this on film. I say, I call everybody brother, by the way. Nothing. Look. What you're doing is, you've got this on film.
I've heard everything.
You've got all this on film.
I've heard it.
Wow. Why won't you just ask them to put the badges on display? You know it's an offence. Because it's a criminal offence.
Okay.
I pointed out to you.
I've heard what you have to say, and if that's the case, then advise them, and we'll go from there, okay?
You want me to advise? You want me to do your job?
That's not like I said.
I remove you off this premises. That'll be my job, wouldn't it?
And he said he's heard it lots of times. He's heard it big time and time before.
I'm going to leave you to think about that. You just made a big mistake.
That is a big mistake.
What would you class as reasonable time in your view?
For evicting somebody from their home.
I mean, he's got a lot of stuff to pack up, hasn't he?
He's not packing up anything at the minute.
Well, you can't just force the man. He's got a house full of stuff.
We've given him reasonable time.
Oh, what reasonable time is that? 3 minutes?
Lots of time now. He's had more than an hour from before you came in.
More than an hour? I don't think he'd clear his garage in an hour.
He's not to clear his house. He's got 7 days to collect everything. He needs to take what he can now.
Okay. Sorry, what were you saying, sir? That's interesting.
7 days.
So he's been given 7 days? Yeah. This gentleman here, he said you've had enough time to move your stuff.
He's not a gentleman, mate.
Sorry, I do.
You're a terrorist, aren't you? That's Brendan. That's what you are, mate.
You are?
Brendan. This is Brendan. Let's go, Brendan.
Yeah. I thought it were Bart. So the police are assisting you by shutting the door. Look at that. Police. Why are you assisting the bailiffs?
Stop barking. You can get in jail for assisting bailiffs.
Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, Section 26, subsection 1. It's a criminal offence what you've just done. You can get 14 years for that. You're not acting like a police officer, you're actually doing the job of the bailiff, or even the SIA now.
Well, that's all they are, innit? Fucking bully boy, bailiffs.
Are you actually taking the details now?
Yeah, we said we would, so we did.
Now go and advise them to at least put them on display.
that's not for me to do. But thank you.
Don't thank me.
Oh dear.
Are you actually taking the details now?
Yeah, we said we would, so we did.
Right, so what's currently happening now, the police officers now are taking details of people not displaying the badges. They'll get round to you eventually, sir. They'll get your details. Just before I leave, everybody's now showing the badges to the police. Why are they now not wearing them and just putting them on display to the police?
For their own safety. For the names.
For
themselves.
Well, okay. What's your name?
Mr. Allen.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Is that your first name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alan, what's your last name?
Cunt.
Alan what?
Cunt.
Couldn't tell me. All right, you couldn't tell me.
Now, what's this now? Are they making a line?
So, just for a quick reference, are you a police officer?
Me?
Oh, yeah. So, what are you actually doing then?
I'm just taking details back onto our licensing team.
All right, because a lot of these have been breaking the law today. Is that why you're taking details?
As in, if you're suggesting that, that's why I said I'd take the details and pass them on to our license.
Well, I did suggest it right at the beginning when I turned up. It's been over an hour now, and you're not just getting around to it.
Because we were dealing with something else, and I'm still dealing with the matter now, aren't I?
You was dealing with something else? You were just stood on the line doing nothing?
Exactly, but I was dealing with something, wasn't I?
OK, I'll leave you to it. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries, thank you.
What's that about? He's just been instructing his private security to make a line here.
Okay, so we stop in the breach of the treaty. Yeah,
Did you know coercion is a criminal offence?
You what, sorry?
I believe you coerced him out of the property. Is that a criminal offence?
He's just instructed the private security here to make a line down there.
Yes.
Supposed to be upholding the law.
Sergeant! We meet again.
Bilko!
Is he the sergeant at Scrivens?
Yeah.
He just instructed the private security to make a line down the front here.
Yeah, he's obviously working with the security here. Can I say, guys, thank you very much for supporting. You might as well turn them round because everybody else is, and the police are ignoring it right now. But they are taking details of people, so it might be wise to leave it that way. Whoa! Stop elbowing people! Oh, that's against the law.
Hey. I'm walking past him.
You stuck your elbow out on camera. Can you remove this gentleman from your security? Remove him because he's just broken the law. You need to remove him. He's just broken the law. I got it on camera elbowing someone. You need to remove him now. He's a liability.
Definitely guilty conscience. Yeah.
Yeah, he elbowed out. He got it on camera. You know, it's a liability to security. And a breach of the peace. The police said they were here for that, but look at them doing nothing. Look at the police ushering them forward now.
Oh, no.
So they're ushering the... this is interesting. The police are pushing the SIA forward.
Get it on film. I don't know.
I'm at the wrong angle here. I need to get to the side.
So, you know this sergeant.
So what's happening now? The police are actually stood behind, pushing the security forwards. And it's the security job to do this, not the police to push the security.
Police are instructing them to make a line.
Officer, you shouldn't be instructing them. You should be leaving them to do the job. It's on record now, you've done it.
That's assault.
The SIA are trained to do this. You need to let them do the job. Stop pushing them along.
All these lads are peaceful.
Well, you know the score, don't you? It's in your hands now. It's up to you guys. You remind me of a boxer. Have you got boxing gloves? You've got hands for it, haven't you?
Scrivens, I saw your invite to the lodge, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. I did see it.
Do we know his first name? What's his first name?
He's been invited.
Is it El Falu?
So as you can see, the police are actually doing the job of the security now. So this is bizarre. The security are here to do a job. The police are pushing the security, and the security are not doing the job they're paid to do. How bizarre. How bizarre. The police are pushing everybody along, look.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Listen, if I'm standing in one place, who's pushing me? Huh?
He's pushing me. I'm defending myself. I will defend myself.
Stand in one line.
You understand?
You mean you're pushing?
You understand? We will defend.
We're not. I can't
Touch me, mate, and I'll knock your teeth straight out your fucking face.
Don't stop. Is there anything we say I'll do to get you off the property?
Who did that? Who did that? Who was it?
Apparently they're offering a 4-step... Do you know the 4-step appeal? What's the 4-step appeal? Apparently there's a 4-step appeal.
To go now.
Well, that's common assault.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah? Huh? You just keep the film on this, yeah? Keep the film on this. This man touched me.
We need to go.
What's the 4-step appeal?
Listen, get your hands off me. Listen.
What's the 4-step appeal?
Don't touch me.
Don't fucking touch him!
Do not keep on putting your hands on me. It's assault. Yeah? Yeah? Listen.
Bitch! Fucking dickhead!
We're on private property. I am on the pavement.
He's on the pavement. Step back.
I'm not
Step
pushing
back.
I'm standing here.
Step back. He's on the pavement.
Security to make a line down
The people we're paid to uphold the law are instructing.
The people are off the land now. Stop stepping forward.
We're not. I'm not stepping forward. Look.
What is the 4-step appeal that you gave them to give? What is it? Yes. Step back. Does anybody know the 4-step appeal that Sergeant Scribbins were advising you? No one's listening to Sergeant Scribbins.
Listen,
Did you notice the police have
out
stepped back
and push these guys in front now?
Oh, yeah, it's all counted.
Who's in charge here?
Who's in charge here? Sergeant Scribbins instructed all the security to make a line. He was instructing them. I suppose man that's upholding the law is instructing private security on what to do.
So you guys go to court. It's all going to go to
No, we're all staying on it, guys. We're staying on it. We're all staying on it. Staying on it.
Now, you know I'm not going to go on that property, don't you?
I absolutely know that, yeah. And I know you've already asked him to be on his driveway.
Well, that's fair play to you. Just like I know you've asked him. Mutual respect.
You're right, yeah, all right. Just have to check.
Well, it's nothing to do with you anyway.
Well, if he doesn't want you on his drive, it is.
No, it's not. It's to do with him. You're just here to prevent a breach of the peace, and I'm not causing one.
No, but if he didn't want you on his drive, it would be.
Yeah, but it's not your job to remove me. It would be his job.
Consistent.
No, you can't. There's only one of me, not more than two. I just want to say, what is the 4-step appeal? Because obviously Sergeant Scribbins there was saying to the security, you might not have heard it.
He said the 5-step appeal, it's not 4.
I can't count, can I? What's the 5-step appeal?
It's a tactic to, I believe, to speak to people, to encourage them to do what we need to do and not cause any public order offences or crimes. That's my understanding of it.
That seems reasonable, but what I've observed today is the police pushing the security to then push onto the people. The security have been trained, allegedly, if they are security, to do this job themselves, not by the aid of the police. Now, if they're doing that job and the police see there's a breach of the peace happening, then they could potentially step in. But I didn't see any breach of the peace today, did you?
We've probably had a little bit of different views of things, haven't we? We've all been in different places. It's quite a wide area. We've perhaps seen some things you haven't, and vice versa.
And equally, we're here to prevent a breach of the peace. So if one hasn't happened, that means we've done our job.
Well, I did try to point out right at the beginning when I turned up about the Private Security Industry Act 2001, Section 9, Subsection 1C, that they need the badges on display.
That's something you might want to consider if they're regulated by the SIA, reporting to the SIA.
The thing is, the police have finally asked them for the details of the badges. So it's good to see that the police are actually taking my concern seriously eventually.
Statute law, that is it. Yeah.
OK, that statute law, does it not have an effect?
Yeah, it does, but I didn't think you believed in statute law. I thought you believed in common law.
You're speaking to me now. You never met me before. You don't know what I believe in.
Oh, no, I just said I thought you did. I thought you just believed in common law, because that's what some of your friends were saying, didn't believe in statute law.
But is common law not what you police?
Yeah. So as well as statute law, yeah, both.
So what's the difference between common law and statute law?
statute law is law. It's obviously set by the courts, isn't it? And common law is a long-standing law, things like murder and things like that.
But statutes and acts.
Yes.
So an act and a statute, what's the difference?
An act and a statute. You tell me.
Well, I believe a statute is something that they create to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
And then the act is what they use to enforce it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But then what about what the head of the police said? You know, the police, you know, the police by consent. What does that mean? The police by consent.
Probably goes back to that 5-step appeal, doesn't it? But it's a preferred option, isn't it? Nobody wants people rowing, disorder, offences being committed when there's no reason for it. So the police, as you would expect, will encourage people to have an understanding of what is needed to prevent those kind of things happening. So we'd like to work with people, groups of people, to prevent offences and keep people safe. I think any reasonable person would have a similar kind of view on that. And
so policing by consent, is that not consent of the people to allow you to police? As long as it's done properly. Is that not policing by consent?
Well, all policing should be done properly. I'm sure we all agree in that.
Yeah, but today I haven't seen any properly policing, because when the police are advising the security what to do, they're actually taking active roles now inside a civil matter when they have been trained, allegedly, to handle this situation.
We haven't been party to all conversations that have gone on here. There's quite a big group of police officers, isn't there? Security people, members of the public perhaps. You're right. Yourself. Yeah. Haven't been party to all the conversations, so can't comment on everything that's necessary.
So just for reference, that's how I know. Sergeant, there you go, that's how I know.
Oh, you know what?
But the security have been breaking the law. I'm a security myself, SIA.
Okay. Oh, wonderful.
But the fact that the police are not doing anything about them not displaying the badges,
right?
That's criminal. Okay. Because Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, Section 26, Section 1, makes it an offence for you not to act.
Okay. And the SIA take primacy for that.
But you can actually act.
We can, but they take primacy of it.
But you should be conducting matters where you should be taking the details.
Take primacy for prosecuting those. You know, as you obviously shown as your badge and your identification, are you acting in any kind of work capacity here or security capacity in any of your conversations or work that you're doing here today?
And the answer to that, no comment. But I will answer. Okay. I am not a security officer today. Okay. So the fact that I'm showing you my badge helps you understand what it is that I am talking about the breaking. Yeah, about them breaking the law.
I understand what you're doing, yeah.
So you were trying to catch me out there and hopefully come at me from another angle to, you know.
No, I was asking the question because obviously I wondered if you need to have yours on display or not. I wondered what your capacity was.
I will inform you. If I was working today as security, I could have been acting covertly, which then I don't need to have it on display. But none of these today are acting covertly because it's obvious what they're doing. You know.
Overt, yeah.
Overt, yeah, exactly. Overt, so there's a difference between displaying it for overt and covert.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to leave you two guys with it.
All right. Pleasure to talk to you. Thanks.
And take my picture down off the dartboard at the station, will you?
I can't play golf.
There's too many holes in it as it is. I'm just really shocked about today. Obviously, coercion seems to have taken place. You've been threatened with arrest if you don't leave a civil matter.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy, but I tell you something, this is all going to end very soon. I promise you. And on my heart, I know that you people are going to prison. Every single one of you. Every one of you that you are breaching the peace. You are breaking every law in the book. And you think it's over. It's not over because we, the people, are going to stand up and we're going to take power back. The governments, you're gone. All your Freemasons, all your fucking paedophiles, you're all done. Yeah? We're doing this for the next generations and we're going to fucking stand and make a good stand about this, mate. People need to wake the fuck up.